Add Ash. Here's...
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Hypostasis emulation! Animal testing! Show no mercy! Suffer the Lolling! Eat Papa!
Careful! Full fire support ready! Select a target! Here Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Be clear! Suffer the wrath of Eatley!
Fire support ready. Select a target. Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice guiding. Well done.
Three more. Animal hypostasis. You two! Time to...
Overruled.
Everybody stand back! Absorption test! Animal test 6308! Enhanced anim... Get to work! Keep lolling! Eats Papa!
Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. Fire support ready! Select a target! Here comes the rubber load! Nice! Good shooting!
Suffer the... Going in!
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Absorption test! Animal test 6308! Keep lolling! Eats Papa! Get him!
Transfixed! Fire support ready! Select a target! Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice guiding. Well done.
Animal hypostasis emulate? You two! Tight!
Overruled.
Going in! Absorption test! Swirl! Suffer the wrath of Eatley!
Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. Transfixed! Overruled! Fire support ready! Select a target! frontline guidance is up to you.
East Lolling! East Papa! Get him!
Transfixed! Fire support ready! Select a target! Switch to ground attack cells and increase firepower! Shooting!
Swirl! Mark 2! Show no mercy! Suffer the...
Transfixed!
Everybody stand back! Enhanced animal model? You two! Time to...
Overruled! Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. Transfixed!
Going in! Ha, get to work!
Fire support ready! Select a target! Here comes the Mother Lode! Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Lolly! East Papa! Get him!
Transfixed! Fire support ready! Select a target! Here comes the Mother Lode!
Suffer the wrath! Enhanced animal mod... Teamwork is strength!
Transfixed!
Everybody stand back! East Lolling! East Papa!
Laid bare! Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives!
Go on, take them. I'll thank the stars for you later. I'm tired already. I'm tired already. Hey, you two!
Traveler, Paimon, hello.
We're helping out Never with some expo stuff, and we heard the Krumkake craft shop is taking part.
Correct. Aino is just doing a final round of debugging on her Thwack and Smack defense bots.
Oh! Is that her submission for the expo?
Yes. Moles and other small creatures often steal from the craft shop, so upon further testing, these bots turned out to be highly effective. So she decided—
Wait! So Aino is
Not exactly. With the exception of a few special orders.
Oh! So, Yehoda asked us to speed things along a bit. She's saving a super good spot for you, and she's worried people are gonna start asking questions.
I told her I need to finish debugging first. There's no point in rushing or I'll have nothing to trade.
Oh! Paimon's never seen—
The craft shop is experiencing a severe shortage of funds. Aino is hoping the expo will—
Where'd all the money go? Some kind of—
Negative. It's our dessert funds that are lacking. We have had at least 47 cases where excess dessert purchases have led to a shortage of— As such, I decided to split up our research and dessert budgets. And not too long ago, she cleaned out the entire dessert budget for this month.
Alright, done. Thwack and Whack defense bots, do me proud.
looks like we can head over now.
This looks like a good spot for the demo platform.
This new bot looks pretty interesting, I know.
Swing by and try it out whenever you want. It'll blow your mind.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Oh, and for registration, is it just gonna be you two?
I will be participating, but there's no need to register, I know. She doesn't like to be around a lot of people. Once the expo starts, she'll head straight back to the craft shop.
Oh, good po-
I will be your opponent during training mode. Two separate mechanical combinations like placing a cake atop a steak. I'd almost never hear this analogy. New attacking units have taken the field. Calculating efficiency of command. 3 times higher than standard. This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha. I will be your opponent during training mode. special reminder, please check your starter rewards. The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant. This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha. The match is about to begin. Please, get ready. I will be your opponent during training mode. Ino has suggested making Krumkake-shaped energy blocks for the defense bots. However, the chances of her accidentally consuming one would increase by 80%. I will be your opponent during training mode. Ino has suggested making Krumkake-shaped energy blocks for the defense bots. However, the chances of her accidentally consuming one would increase by 80%. Combat data obtained. Exceeds expectations. Traveler victory imminent. Greatly increasing value of Malice parameter. I will be your opponent during training mode. The match is about to begin. Please, get ready. Ha, ha. As long as I do not attack, I cannot be defeated. Traveler victory imminent. greatly increasing value of malice parameter. Travelers' defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this. The final round begins. Time to go all out. Activating analysis module. Learning the traveler's operational logic. If successful, this will increase our efficiency by at least 179%. The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant. Calculating efficiency of commands. 3 times higher than standard. This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha.
Flagship. Guess this participant decided to figure out lodging first.
Partner! I'm...
Navia! It's been forever!
You got that right.
Top dog of the criminal underworld. Yeah, that checks out.
Is that my new nickname? I'm not opposed, it's
It's great that we found you.
Oh, I see.
Well, in that case, take a seat. I ordered a whole bunch of food. Clorand and Chevreuse went to unpack some things, but should be back in—
Talking about us?
Clorand! Chevreuse! You're here too!
Nodgrai is a chaotic and dangerous place. Considering the Spina's importance to Fontaine,
I do find it nice to travel with friends, but come on, look who you're talking to.
with that nonchalant attitude,
Fair enough. Guess you can mark down our champion duelist here as my—
Gang boss and her bodyguard. Got it!
No need. I'm here on official business. A lot of our recent cases have had ties.
And that's Paimon. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, this right here. It's one of the Fontaine Research Institute's newest inventions. It's a—
So it's...
Of course. At a market with no legal oversight like this one, weapons are gonna be the first to go.
Yeah, so. Still, bragging about not having to follow the law in front...
I don't mind. I've read quite a bit about lawless territories and crime. As a detective, I know that I'll need to put— And on that note, I should get to work. I've got patrol members waiting on me.
Well, ready to head over to the...
All right, let's get this show— Wow, it's even bigger than—
It'll get busier once things kick off. Still, looks like Yehoda needs...
Well, Clorand and I are all set up for now. Be sure to stop by our booth when you get a chance.
The 3 participants that Yehoda mentioned are all set now. Let's go give her an update.
this is just a simulation, but be on your guard.
activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it! Ready, partner? I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it! Ready, partner?
Keep it together. Slow and steady now.
I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it! Ready, partner?
Keep it together. Slow and steady now.
I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it! Ready, partner?
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Here comes the toughest mecha. Time to go all out. You've got this, partner. I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it.
Hey, what was that for?
for?
Just shut up and move along. This spot is mine now.
It's the lady in charge. We were just setting up our booth and he's trying to take it from us.
A troublemaker, huh? The expo announcement spells it out clear as day. All forms of violence are strictly... I've been wanting to talk tough like that for ages. Should be enough to scare off a punk like him.
It's not like I wanted to hit anyone. It's just not fair.
What's that supposed...
We all know the black market stuff is in the highest demand here. So how did these twerps get a spot selling these stupid toys? I did some digging, and guess what? Turns out these brats have connections in the Voynich. Obviously, someone pulled a few strings to get them here. But me, I missed one stupid deadline, and that's when the rules start to matter? Give me a break.
Hey, we earned our place, fair and square.
As
So, you're slinging out the easy targets, huh? That might work for you on the outside, but not here. These kids earned the right to be here, same as everyone else. Don't believe me? Take it up with the guild. We'll see who...
just you wait.
Who the heck was that?
Just some punk looking for a fight. But I scared him off without even... I'm still shaking. That was close. Almost had to pull the never card.
Well, he's lucky he decided to run off, or we'd have helped teach him a lesson. Thanks a million, miss.
All in a day's work. Anyway, knew I remembered you guys. Your guardian works for the guild.
Auntie, are you all right?
I'm fine. Just got a little scrape when he pushed me.
I got caught up with something. I should have been here. I'm sorry.
All right, Ashvapati, the one man in the guild who wouldn't know profit if you get a spot in the most lucrative market in the world, and you're letting the kids use it to sell toys.
Well, the purpose of the expo is free trade, right? There's no rule that participants have to sell weapons.
No, but most people know what's gonna make real dough. Unlike a certain someone.
Ati, Neb, Rhea, head back to the booth. If anything else...
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
You two know your stuff.
Wait, what? Then why not make them look the part? They'll sell tons better.
If you were to leave your kids a gift, would you choose a toy or a weapon? In any case, I'm not looking to make it big. I applied for the expo because the kids thought it would be fun. All I care about is them happy.
Fair enough. You're still gonna be busy with guild business though, right? Just a heads...
I understand. A lot of children suffer because their parents are too consumed with work. It's unavoidable.
You know what? Don't even sweat it. I'll look out for them. What the heck are you doing, Yehoda?
Really? That would be amazing.
Thank you, Miss Yehoda. My pleasure. Just have them come find me if anything comes up.
Got it. I should get going then.
Wow. Way to step up, Yehoda.
I'm just looking out for some kids. How hard could it be?
Relax, we'll help you out. Oh, also, we registered the last 3 participants. So,
Wow, already? In that case, let me go get things ready for the...
she really does have a lot on her shoulders.
Attention, everyone! Participant registration is now complete. On behalf of the Voynich Guild, I am pleased to announce...
Whoa! There are so many people here now that the expo's officially underway. Shall we... Wonder how Beto, Navia, and Inef's good.
Excuse me. According to the Expo announcement, you are in charge of mediating disputes between participants, correct? Just now, as Aino was about to return to the workshop, she got dragged into a conversation with some individuals who appeared. My database does not have relevant information on how to address the situation, so
Unofficial ties, huh?
come with me.
A device that uses Numa and Ducia energies in battle. With that kind of tech, a bandit group could rob a caravan.
And what about this thing? Remote guidance? Precision bombing at long distance? If a group of thugs got their hands on it, their enemies might as well surrender on the spot.
The Fontaine Research Institute made the right call going through the Spina di Rosula rather than selling it themselves.
The same is true for the Ministry of Civil Affairs, I'm sure. A merc captain who spends most of her time at sea is far less conspicuous.
Huh?
What about this girl? She seems to be trading in military-grade weapons as well.
The Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop does take on a lot of orders for dangerous creations. But I think
I'm overthinking.
I think so.
Yelan? Chevrolet? What are you doing?
Traveler. Paimon.
Although this location is indeed rather secluded, Aino has equipped me with a special sensor module. With it, I was able—
The rumors are true then. She's quite the little engineer.
Can you tell me what this is about already?
Apologies, but it's a matter of utmost importance, so I had to be sure. After our conversation, however, I can confirm that Aina—
Traveler, could you help us clear up this misunderstanding?
Understood.
Based on our conversation just now, I'm guessing neither of us is the target the other is searching for.
I second that. And since our strategies were so similar, I'd wager—
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't planning on dragging you into all this. But now that I appear to have gained an unexpected partner, I trust you, Traveler. And Miss Chevrolet seems to do the same. With you here, I'm hoping—
Agreed.
Miss Chevrolet and I seem to be here in Nodcry to reel in the same fish.
That's right. And the product we brought to trade is the bait. Of course, if I worked in the booth, it might tip people off. So that's where Navia comes in. I assume it's the same situation with Captain Beto?
So, does that mean your target is gonna be at the expo?
Yes. There's a good chance it's one of the buyers.
But, what about Nefer's golden rule?
What? No. I've done some digging into the head of the curatorium and where she stands. We can't let her know what we're doing.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if she got the Traveler involved because she anticipated that if the Traveler has someone to answer to, then we should go.
Ah, Miss Yelan from Liyue, and Miss Chevreuse from Fontaine. It's quite the honor. Forgive me for not greeting you sooner.
So you knew we were coming all along?
Anticipating your arrival is one thing. Getting you to come talk to me is another.
And that's why you put the Traveler in charge of participant coordination. You knew we trusted him enough to tell him the truth about our plans. And you also knew that, out of respect for your arrangement, the first thing he would do is—
How else could I have gotten us all to the negotiating table? Forgive me for not cluing you in, Traveler. I had a feeling things could get complicated, so caution was vital. Rest assured, you will still be compensated as promised.
so,
Yes, Might as well get it out in the open, ladies. You two were going to exchange intel sooner or later, correct? No?
Recently, the bandits at our border have become more aggressive. We don't know how, but they seem to have gotten their hands on some kind of weapon, which has made them a lot more dangerous. The caravan transports have been helpless against their attacks.
We're facing a similar situation in Fontaine. Conflicts between gangs have been escalating, with civilians getting caught in the crossfire. Our investigation indicates that someone has been supplying the gangs with some unusually powerful weaponry. Even with the Spina's help, we've been struggling to...
In which case, I think we can confirm that we're facing arms dealers operating on an...
Yes, and their cover has been ironclad. There hasn't been so much as a trace leading back to them, until their most recent...
Let me guess. Someone leaked where the weapons are coming from, and it pointed right to the Nodcry Trade Expo.
Exactly.
I see. Well, weapons tend to be a hot commodity in a market with no restrictions. Say that the person you're searching for is in attendance. Does that mean you're prepared to ruin the expo to nab them?
I won't lie to you. Catching this person is my top
How about this? In the spirit of being a good host, you give us a bit of leeway to do what's necessary. And in return, we won't do anything.
All deals made at the expo are protected, including those that would be illegal elsewhere. It's the entire purpose of an event like this. The Voynich Guild gets a cut from both the seller and the buyer, so we have a duty to uphold. I can't just let a customer get scooped up by the authorities while everyone watches.
You said this was a negotiation, but you don't seem prepared to compromise.
Let's think about this. Maybe there's...
Only deals made through the expo are protected.
Oh?
Theoretically speaking, were any deals to take place outside of the expo's scope, I would have no right to interfere.
Good. Then we can promise that the rules will be followed.
I want insurance, then. To hold you to your word, the Traveler must be part of all operations related to the
We have a deal.
Then you have my thanks.
Looks like negotiations are a success!
It's the best outcome I could have asked for. I appreciate the help. In that case, do me one more favor, would you? When this is all over, I want to hear the real story.
Well, it's been 2 days. I wonder... Let's go check in with Yelan and Chevres.
Wow! Can this launch blaster thing really shoot stuff from that far away?
It does launch and blast things, but it's actually called a ballista. And
But how does it stay on target?
it uses a remote guidance system. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The upgraded version doesn't even need that.
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not a chance, kid. Can't have you hurting yourself. Believe me, this thing is even more powerful than...
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two! I was just introducing our product to these discerning young customers.
Paimon thought you were here for some... you know...
What? No, of course not. The kids were just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry. Are these three preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair.
Oh, do we have to?
Don't sweat it. They were just curious. I'm happy to tell them more about it.
No, we've taken up enough of your time already. Neb, don't buck.
Okay.
It was no bother, I swear. In fact, once the expo is over, come find me on my ship, and I'll let you see the ballista in action.
How much would it cost?
Not a single mora.
Really?
Your vessel. It's a battle.
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supplies, I always let the kids around the harbor come aboard to play. Boy, do they love it. If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be a giant playground.
Is that so? I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder into explosive firecrackers and give them to children as toys. Perhaps only the kids back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant...
If you're worried about safety, I can...
No, I suppose I'm just... envious. That's all. Help.
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh? Anyway, what did you want to talk?
Oh, just wanted to ask how it's going with the top secret...
They're circling the hook just fine. Just waiting for...
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Shh. Well, that just proves my point. Something like this would only see more use in fun.
Ah, except you never find something like this for sale there. Better jump on the chance now before...
Excuse me?
He's coming this way!
Steady now.
That's mighty expensive.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it. If you're not interested, you're free to move along.
What? Come on, there's no rule saying we can't haggle.
The Voynich Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell. Obviously, that's factored into the price. Don't like it? Take it up with them.
Listen, I can tell this is something special. If you're willing to go a bit lower...
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we can both get what we want.
What are you implying?
Well, Nod Cry's a big place. Surely this...
Oh?
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild...
That means no guild protection either. What will I do if you run off without paying?
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be me, don't you think? Point is, we're both...
Fine. Name a place. As a registered participant, though, I'm too close to the guild. If we don't want them catching on, I'll need to send a proxy.
Smart thinking.
Good. He took the bait. Let's go...
Captain Beto's hook was what got him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance to show off how convincing I can be.
This isn't tabletop troop, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll.
I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activities were limited to that area. Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was more enticing. It's a good thing we teamed up.
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask though, how did you know these guys would be so quick to abandon the expo?
I read their file. Nothing's off the table for them when profit's on the line. When it comes down to it, they'd see the protection the expo provides as just more red tape. Something to work around rather than with. Just like the law.
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the leader of the whole ring. And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear they have undercover agents waiting in the wings. If something happens to our point of contact, those agents will scatter to spread word of what happened, and whoever is behind this whole thing will know we're onto them.
In that case...
We have to get the jump on them all at once, and use them to get intel on our real target before he has a chance to react.
Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, though. We have nowhere near enough personnel for that. If even one of the agents escapes, it's over.
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the real culprit? Nice idea, in theory. The problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for...
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the big... Aren't you worried about putting something that dangerous in the hands of criminals?
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
You're telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation and not...
Are they having a fight?
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think they're getting along great.
A successful collaboration requires trust. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents.
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you, not a single...
See? Like 2 peas in a pod.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you...
The Traveler is kind of a famous face.
Then you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he...
Ha! What? There he is!
Oh, you really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you...
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts.
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded...
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumiduce Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done here.
Take that!
Out of the way!
It's one of the undercover agents! He's making a break for it!
The captain of the Special Patrol will take it from here.
One just popped up. Looks like the one on the surface has been subdued. There are children around. I have to avoid bloodshed. Trying to escape? Nope, not this way. Had enough? Then turn around! Out of steam yet? 'Cause I can do this all day!
My leg!
Is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way, I suggest you stay right where
A special patrol uniform. You think bringing me in is a...
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Factoring in you and the buyer, that makes 20. Save the best for last.
How did you... Don't even think...
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss sends her thanks.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in Nodcry. It was about time we returned the favor.
What? I needed to make you seem intimidating to get these local gangs on our side. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know. But hearing you call me boss will never not be hilarious.
Wow! Navia is something else!
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula could mobilize these kinds of numbers outside of Fontaine. This Navia has quite a few tricks up her sleeve.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all unfold herself, we still wouldn't need to explain a thing.
Except for the guild's broken signboard, I would imagine.
It was an unavoidable sacrifice.
At any rate, I suppose the next step is to...
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that spies from Liyue have their ways of making people talk as...
Yes, that means the operation was a success, right?
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real...
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
First, we need to figure out what we can learn from these agents. We'll be in touch once we have the information.
Well, that went a lot smoother than expected. Not a single one got... You're thinking about Nefer's final request, huh? Let's see. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Chevres will uncover something more...
Excuse me? Are you the Traveler? Yehoda needs you back at the expo venue as soon as possible.
Oh no! Did something happen?
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she's...
Now let's get a move on!
Either I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying merc captain. Oh my god. Get it together, Yehoda. Focus on the hot dog you're gonna treat yourself to after today is over. One thing at a time. All right.
Let's try not to get too worked up.
Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this. I swear.
What happened?
You're here. Please, you've got to help me, Traveler.
A theft? How did that—
You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason. And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people.
Beto? Wait, that means—
The guild asked us to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I was using for demonstration, which I had stored there, but when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
And each ballista is super dangerous!
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse. Still, we should get them back as soon as possible.
The guild will make sure of that. Do we have to tell her?
Honesty is the best policy.
I know, it's just...
Miss Yehoda...
What are you three doing here?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here. That's why Uncle Ashvapati told us to come. It seemed like he was interested in them too, because he even told us what. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him. We wanted to ask Miss Yehoda for help, but then we heard about the ballista.
And?
I don't think Uncle Ashvapati would do something like.
Ashvapati works for the guild. He has access to the storage warehouse. So Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez. The guild is never.
He made those toys the kids were selling, right? They don't look like much on the outside, but I bet they're hiding some serious tech. If he's a tech guy, those failsafes I mentioned might not have our backs after all.
So, this just went from bad to worse.
Uh-oh.
Could be. I mean, let's put it this way. There aren't a whole lot of people that could manage to stay off Yelan's radar. Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what you can learn?
Got it!
Hold up. We can't hold these kids responsible, though. Right?
No, of course not, but...
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I promised I would. Besides, they're innocent.
Good, because I'm looking out for them too. That's why I want to find their uncle as soon as possible. No matter what he did or did.
I guess we're on.
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update Yelan and tell her to meet you there.
Will do!
Return to the skies! I'm tired already. I'm tired already.
Well, this complicates things. Here I was hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all make for a very engaging story.
I wouldn't be so flippant. This time, it's one of yours causing trouble. I'm starting to wonder if all those agents we captured were just a distraction. So
It's all still up in the air right now. What can you three tell us about
Uncle Ashwapati isn't our real uncle, but he is our guardian. He told us we all came from the same band of eremites in the desert. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I can remember. We got to Nagcry.
Their eyes.
What about them?
I'm just about a decade ago, there was a band of eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, gained technological capabilities far surpassing those of other groups. Leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them to the conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped the... But before long, their own weapons were turned against them. And as the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group, none of the weapons survived. And so, in the wake of that destruction, the status quo of the desert was restored.
That's terrible.
In the desert, it's kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to gain the upper hand. If this happened in Fontaine or Liyue, I'm sure the perpetrators would have been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But in the desert, no one bats an eye. From what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that particular...
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
Sounds like...
No! Uncle Ashwapati would no matter what happened back then, I know one thing for sure. Uncle, sure, he's good at building things, but all he does is make toys for us to play with. He can't be the kind of person you're making him out to be. Or...
I'm sorry. All we can do is act upon the facts.
So, what?
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind all this has a meeting planned to collect the goods. If all goes well, we can head to the pickup point But if Ashwapati is part of this and the leader learns what happened, there's no chance he risks himself for his agents. So...
Then let's focus our efforts on Ashwapati for now. If we find him, he might just lead us to our culprit. If he stole the prototypes, there's bound to be a trail. I'm confident I can...
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows. The more people involved, the harder it is to operate. As soon as I've got a location, though, he's all yours. You let me handle the search, and I'll let the special patrol handle the seizure.
That does sound like the most feasible plan. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Seizure?
Hey! Don't worry too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Okay.
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, Traveler.
We just got word from Yelan. Looks like she managed to track down Ashwapati.
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarand and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Wait!
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like...
We know. It's just... Do you really think Uncle...
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that...
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily...
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a... In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question.
Yeah. Why...
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevres and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back, then you can ask him yourself.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated.
Regardless.
Then, let's...
Fulfill our pact! Incoming! Stop right there!
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search... These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue that led us to Nodcry.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here.
So... he's the guy that slipped up?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at 2 separate scenes and picked up by 2 separate law enforcement agencies?
No. Almost like he...
Look at how it's
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I am.
Let's keep going. We can read it together.
Wait! Is this what...
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that...
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his...
That's a question for another time. We need to focus...
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal...
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own,
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our... That would seem to be our last remaining...
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So... It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, could you spare some water? I'm a Kashara War researcher. If you need some...
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night. No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to...
Not really.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my...
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know...
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new ones. I believe the essence of Kashara War research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world. My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission.
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here. And it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of... All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but Behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down is more...
I see. Guess I could do...
I've heard you Kasharawa scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could always make something for the kids.
You mean like...
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kasharawar scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their... Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed everything. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis, too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get!
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be your group.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to...
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of him.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. Just Chaim Wazet being the kind-hearted man he always... And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. You can take the scholar out of the academia, but I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, somehow, the new arrivals at the Oasis must have caught wind of it. Because they soon...
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're...
I do mind, actually. It's another...
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to waste out here...
What do you want?
I want a team. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level, but what if you had access to the right funds? And
what are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is... We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here, the different bands of Eremites are gonna shell out more or left.
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough mora from these people to fund the research of your...
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite the people here. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on. Their biggest enemy is the weather.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in this.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions?
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna back out?
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say, huh?
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this.
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it?
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in buying.
If you want to make the big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want out.
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your...
What was that? No. Kaem was it? How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem Wazet drove them off. Guess his enemies have been holding a grudge.
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn. You owe him your life. Why would you do this?
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's what.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. Let's just say, I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, all I could think about was sick. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this in the end, despite all the burning tents, and now you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place. This confession is for the kids to read, too. So, I hope you'll pass it along to them. They deserve to know the full truth of what happened. I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please, help them find. Back then, I failed.
Jeez, if this is true...
He's after the same target as us.
He even lured us to Nodcry to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm...
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs... Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Oh, snap. He's not working for them. So our original plan...
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
I've read almost every novel from Yai Publishing House. Pretty normal, right?
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senegem.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Leo...
No. There's no way the cops could have known.
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues, leading them straight to the expo. If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I...
So now what? You gonna...
No. The authorities can have your men.
Is that Fatui tech? Looks like your skills are as good as ever. Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years, but it looks like you still got it. If you want back in, we can work something out.
After everything that happened, what makes you think I would want back in?
Because what's the alternative? You're not here for... After Kayem Wazet took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one of... What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. Better to cash out before you're in the hole. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh doesn't go to the righteous. It belongs to the one who knows how to cut their losses. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontanian.
You think everyone is as much of a lowlife as you?
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody...
Are you?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you, fine. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone?
Don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower.
What the... Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid...
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this barrier.
Hold it right there, all of you. Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news!
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and cut...
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them!
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. I hear that it's but me. I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off wild beasts. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started... The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys. Instead, the weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever tools they have at their disposal end up as weapons.
Time is running out.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Captain, we're in position!
Prepare to intersect! On my signal! Fire!
But how?
Fireworks show? Oh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business!
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be...
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a...
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes, and the punishment, considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind.
What do you think they did with Ashva? Great!
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities process the culprit.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you, given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing...
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati. He stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the signboard.
Deal.
Huh. That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was...
Uncle Ashvapati!
They told him...
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe think the way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
Yeah.
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to...
Children. From now...
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so...
Looks like you're...
I guess, but... even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for. I joined the Voynich...
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That turned out I actually consider the desert my home too. So I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati... Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount.
Are you?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not... I'd recommend that you take these kids back...
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you could rebuild the home.
I'm flattered, really. But that was a lifetime ago. Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then? It would be
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you can...
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy...
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch.
Sure can.
Huh?
Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone, created by none other than the renowned mage, Alice herself. Simply plant it in the ground, and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis.
What?
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Nodcry Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the world. As much as I'd love to buy it, I don't think I'm the kind of clientele you're looking for.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps... Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you 3 kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed.
Deal!
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade.
It's her! The boss! Huh? Uh-oh. Things are about to kick off.
What are you worried about, Yehoda?
Shh! Don't you Parasol Lady's the head honcho of the Fontanian underworld. Rumor is she pulled the crumbling organization back together and avenged her father with her own hands. Oh, an eye patch over there is a merc captain from Liyue. She has a fleet of her own that sails the seas. Most people know. I was worried this expo might not be big enough for the 2 of them, if you catch my drift. So I kept their booths far apart. Looks like you don't think they're butting heads already, do you?
Hey guys! What's up?
Oh, hey there, partner?
Can't go far in my line of work without hearing about the president of the
Oh, hey there, partner in Paimon.
Some friends, since the opportunity's presenting itself. Plus, now that the traveler's arrived, I wonder if these ladies might just agree to coming aboard for a drink.
What's the traveler got to do with that?
You're too kind, Miss Beto.
So, the thing is, over there is a friend of ours. She's managing the expo, and seeing as you're all big shots where you come from...
Is that so? Well, I think you can put her at ease.
Yeah. And if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
Well, there you have it.
These people are your... friends? How is that even possible? If you want to drum up some business, all you gotta do is holler, and everyone on the first floor will be able to see you. Also, you have to come this way to get to the second floor, which pretty much guarantees that everyone attending the expo will notice. Not bad, huh? Thanks to the spot I saved you, you guys will be drowning in business before you...
Your point being?
Cross-referencing Yehoda's current facial expression against database. Confirmed. Analysis suggests that Yehoda hopes we will return the favor.
You bet I do. At least Robo-Girl gets it.
Okay.
Generating proposal. Complete. Yehoda, the next time you visit the workshop, I will reserve this...
Okay. How do we do that?
Huh?
This seat provides priority access to any dessert items delivered from the kitchen. It is also free from window glare and sits at optimal proximity to the teapot. By reserving this premium spot for you, I can guarantee you a most enjoyable dessert sampling experience.
Is this your idea of a fair trade?
Are you kidding me? That spot's usually reserved for me. I'd never let you take it if I didn't have my dessert budget to consider. What's going
I'll level with you. Since I saved you such a great spot for your booth and all, could you—
Technical support?
This year's expo is way bigger than ever before. Which means there's definitely gonna be more— I know, surely you have some kind of contraption that can, like, scare everyone at the expo into compliance or something.
Let me think. If things escalated that far, shouldn't you just report it to Nefer instead of trying to deal with it yourself?
Well, yes, technically speaking. But if, for example, it was somehow kind of my fault to begin with, I'd probably be better off solving it myself on the DL. Remember those 3 kids? Well, that punk who was harassing them wasn't just some random nobody. He was just the one that got picked to stir things up. There's a whole bunch of people here who aren't happy with the booth situation. Now, obviously, they don't have the guts to pick a fight with the Voynich Guild directly, but apparently, they at least have the guts. The problem is, I'm not really supposed to get involved with anything that isn't strictly to do with the expo, so the whole thing would kind of be hard to explain to Neff. Not that I regret what I did, but jeez, Yehoda, you sure know how to make life harder.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like we need to be smart about this. Fine. Just this once, I guess I can lend you the Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch.
Agreed. This option meets Yehoda's requirement for an expo-wide
Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch. This little guy right here. I made it recently after getting myself into a release. To activate the switch, you just need to give him 3 taps on the head. If you do that, there's pretty much nothing in Notcry that you won't be able to handle.
Really? So what actually happens when you activate it?
You'll find out if it comes to it, but I'm only letting you use it once, so you better save it for when you really need it.
Okay, cool. Uh-oh, it's Lord Songima Bay! Oh, I wonder what we're in for this time. Well, hello! Is that the Traveler and our dearest Miss Expo Manager Yehoda? You're in luck. I'm offering a whole host of Expo exclusive discounts. Don't miss out.
Paimon's not remotely surprised to see Dory here. This event's practically made for her.
Yeah, she attends religiously every year. And she's always the seller who we get the highest number of complaints. Every single mora I make from this expo is 100% legitimate. I've never broken the rules, and my prices are entirely fair. If people regret their purchases and want to grumble about it behind my back,
Paimon can hazard a guess as to why people might be complaining.
I know. And every dispute ends in your favor after you've peppered the buyer with 1,000,001 reasons why you're not in the wrong. Could you maybe not find a way to send every single one of your customers complaining to me this time? I'm begging you, Lord Songema Bay, for me, please. How about this? A special opening sale just for Miss Yehoda. 50% off! In other words, I'll do my very best to keep the number of complaints down to no more than half of my customers. Sound good?
Jeez, what?
Have you been to the Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop with everything Uncle's taught me? I bet I could build one of those thwack and smack defense bots. We should buy—
Sounds like a waste of money to me. We should be spending our expo earnings on more important stuff like
But Uncle said the most important thing is that we have fun.
Guys, please.
To you, but I'm afraid no one really comes to this expo looking to buy If you make any more here, it won't be nearly enough to buy yourselves a blueprint. I doubt it'll
Oh, Yehuda!
I came here to make sure you kids stay safe. So listen carefully. If you want to look around the expo, that's fine. But you need to be extremely... A lot of crazy people show up to this expo. Both sellers and buyers. You don't know what they might be capable of. So if anything happens, don't try to deal with it yourself.
Yehuda's really serious about looking out for these kids.
Well, it's kinda my... Oh, just take a look around. This booth is the only one being run by a bunch of kids. If there's anyone out there aiming to cause trouble, you can bet...
Oh, it's you two! Been a while, hasn't it?
Wait, you know this guy too? Okay,
Ah, you must be the expo manager. Was there something you needed from...
Nope, just checking in. You're just selling a few ordinary...
Mm-hmm, that's...
Okay. I mean, we've got people selling toys this year, so...
You seem confused. In the right environment, ordinary items don't have to fetch an order. I'm sure I'll meet someone at this trade expo who recognizes their...
Cool. Well, you do you. I'm certainly not gonna...
What about you, friend? Care to do some business? Well, to be honest, I spent most of the ones in my inventory to purchase this batch of goods. The ones you see here are just for decoration. But I'm confident that I can make a killing here, so I'll be sure to make another batch of Box of Marvels should the opportunity...
Wait, that's a familiar face. Isn't that Viswava?
Why, if it isn't the Traveler. Knew there'd be some big
Let's get the official business over with first. Unfortunately, you're the first seller at the expo to receive a complaint. We've received word that the muskets you're selling are a few shots away from turning into scrap.
Well, yeah. It's written here plain as day. Muskets for sale. Condition extremely poor. The internal grooves have been worn away and the ammo might be damp. Best practice is to pray that it doesn't explode.
Oh, wait. So you weren't speaking in code to cover your track?
Code?
Yeah. Sometimes people bring stuff that needs to be kept on the down low, so they dress it up as junk beforehand. Happens on the black market.
You're overthinking things here. This stuff really is junk. We were just gonna scrap them, but my superiors thought we might as well try and and who knows? If the prayers are answered and the gun ends up firing a few times, the buyer hasn't totally wasted their...
Guess not.
I mean, a weapon on the brink of ruin that's still capable of considerable firepower. Doesn't that just scream black market to you?
Yeah, but...
Maybe collectors who don't care if it...
Fair enough.
Welcome to the Treasure Hoarder booth.
The Treasure Hoarders have a...
Yep, every year. This is the largest legal black market in all of Teyvat. The stuff they...
Can one person really represent their entire...
No way. Treasure Hoarder is just... The thing is, the members who'd apply to set up the exhibits used to give themselves ever more highfalutin titles. Over time, it became an unwritten rule that each expo can only have one treasure. The different factions usually duke it out beforehand.
To be honest, I see myself as a member of the Fruity Order first, and a Treasure Hoarder second. What? Have you been living under a rock? Never mind. You'll hear all about our heroic deeds soon enough.
The Fruity Order's a familiar name around here, at least. They've been winning the Treasure Hoarder Expo rights for a few years now. exhibitor's demands are ridiculous.
What's wrong?
This exhibitor is apparently selling some rare Natlanese artifacts. And he's making some extremely unrealistic demands about how he wants them stored. I know the contract says that we're responsible for storage, but I'm sorry.
Unreasonable? These are rare and very fragile historical relics we're talking about. You can't just throw them into a warehouse, okay? They have to be handled with care. Tumaini?
Yep, that's Tumaini, all right. So...
Well, I suppose I can use the assigned warehouse if I really have to. Just don't tell Granny Eatsley about this, please.
Whatever Tumaini means, it seems like it carries even more weight than name-dropping Boss Neff. Sir, we don't forbid exhibitors from offering drink samples, but I need to make sure you understand. Any samples you offer are at your own risk. If anything goes wrong, like if a customer has a bad reaction to one of your products.
Rest assured, ma'am, what you see here is 100% pure Mondstadt vintage, straight from the Dawn Winery's cellars.
Really? Wow-wee! You know?
You're telling me. If you try to ship this stuff through the proper channels, all the taxes and tariffs would send the prices skyrocketing. But that's where my connections come in. With me, you get Mondstadt wine at
Cool!
Hey! You can't go around asking people...
Here's to a... For the drink.
Ad Astra... Thank you for coming.
overstep your mortal authority?
Animal hypostasis emulation! Stand clear!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain! Today, you witness your reckoning!
Lay to bear.
Animal test 6308! Stand clear! Show no mercy!
The enraged Earth will not absolve you! You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not! Come, experience an eon of suffering!
My turn. Transfixed, everlasting as the moon.
I will not be destroyed.
Something with which to commemorate this occasion.
Overruled. Stay clear. Show no mercy.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Fulfill our pact. Show no mercy.
Transfixed!
Overruled.
You win this battle.
Laid bare.
Going into a trance is risky for most people, so don't get any ideas. I've read almost every novel from Yai Publishing House. Pretty normal, right? Going into a trance is risky for most people, so don't get any ideas.
Something with which to commemorate this occasion. What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Take me up! Rise like smoke! Overrule! Everybody stand down! Purging transgressions! Winter shall eventually come. Adventure time! Watch out! Ah, a perfect day to stay home and read. Rise like smoke! I'm tired already. I'm tired already. Watch out! I'm tired.
Fear not. What's a little thunder when even lightning wouldn't dare strike our path? An impressive bounty.
This body belongs to ice and snow.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Overrule! Show no mercy!
An impressive bounty. Something with which to commemorate this occasion. An impressive bounty. Something with which to commemorate this occasion. Something with which to commemorate this occasion.